For your entire life, you've been lied to, not just about politics, not just about history, but also about the hippo. Society has built an entire propaganda machine, toys, cartoons, board games, all dedicated to making you believe that the hippo is some kind of cute, chubby, lovable water cow. We gave them to toddlers as plush toys, we put them in tutus in cartoons, we made a whole tabletop game called Hungry Hungry Hippos, where they're just cheerfully munching plastic marbles with big dopey smiles. We've been brainwashed, completely catastrophically brainwashed, because the hippo is not your friend. It is not a lazy river potato that wants to nap in the mud and blow bubbles. It is a 4,000-pound aquatic bulldozer with a severe anger management problem, and it is statistically the deadliest land mammal in Africa. Okay, we need to talk about the body first, because nothing about this animal makes any physical sense. It looks like someone inflated a leather beanbag and gave it 4 stumpy little legs. It has the aerodynamics of a cinder block. You look at it, this massive barrel-shaped waddling disaster, and your brain goes, okay, slow, very slow, probably can't even catch me jogging. Your brain is about to get you killed, because this 4,000-pound bruised eggplant can sprint at 30 kilometers per hour on land. If you see a hippo on land and you think you have time to assess the situation, your subscription to life is about to expire. Think about what 30 kilometers per hour actually means. That is a meat tank the size of a small car, accelerating like it has somewhere extremely important to be. It should not be mathematically possible. It is a biological glitch. The universe made a mistake and decided to just leave it in. Now the diet. The hippo is an herbivore? Strict vegan, eats grass, that's it. So explain the mouth to me, please. Explain why an animal that eats grass needs to be able to open its jaw 150 degrees, effectively turning its entire head into a fleshy bear trap. Explain the 2-foot-long, self-sharpening ivory tusks sitting inside that mouth. Those are not salad tools. There's no lettuce that requires 2-foot ivory machetes. Those tusks exist for one purpose only: violence. The hippo is the equivalent of a militant vegan who walks into a salad bar carrying an unlicensed rocket launcher. They don't need it for the food. They just want everyone in the room to know they could completely dismantle your skeleton if you so much as look at them sideways. Their bite force is 1,800 psi. They can bite a watermelon and turn it into pink mist. They routinely bite wooden canoes clean in half, not because the boat threatened them, not because they were hungry, but because the boat was floating in a section of river that the hippo mentally claimed about 5 seconds ago. 1,800 psi for grass. Here's where it gets embarrassing for the hippo. I mean, they are semi-aquatic animals. They spend 16 hours a day in the water. Their whole identity is water, and yet they cannot swim. I am serious, they are too dense. Their skeleton is so heavy and they carry so little body fat, which is genuinely shocking for something with a similar silhouette to Patrick Star. They literally cannot float. They sink immediately. So what do? They just walk along the bottom of the river like an average American in cement shoes, except somehow more terrifying. They gallop along the riverbed holding their breath for up to 5 minutes, waiting to surface underneath your boat and capsize it out of sheer boredom. When they want air, they don't swim up, they just kick off the bottom like a 4,000-pound bouncy ball of doom. An aquatic animal that cannot swim, just vibing at the bottom of the lake, waiting. They're also hairless. They live in scorching African heat. No fur, no protection. So evolution looked at this animal, this underwater murder machine that already has everything, and said, you know what, let's give it one more thing. The hippo sweats its own biochemical hazard suit. They secrete this thick, oily red substance from their skin that acts simultaneously as sunscreen and a highly potent antibiotic. It is a 2-in-1 skincare product that their body just generates for free. It looks like blood. They emerge from the water dripping in what looks like red strawberry jam, glistening in the sun, completely unbothered. A 4,000-pound underwater serial killer with a moisturizing routine. And now we get to the worst part. The hippo's personality is essentially wake up, choose violence, repeat. They share rivers with the Nile crocodiles, actual prehistoric killing machines that have been perfecting the art of of murder for 200 million years. Creatures that have survived mass extinction events. The crocodiles are scared of the hippo. A crocodile will be minding its own business, trying to catch a fish, and a hippo will walk up and bite it in half. Not because it was a threat, not because it was hungry. Remember, it eats grass. Just because the crocodile existed in its general vicinity at the wrong moment. It doesn't even eat the crocodile, just spits the pieces out and goes back to grazing. Pure, unprovoked Tuesday morning gang violence. And how does a hippo mark its territory? How does it let the swamp know who's in charge? It spins its tail. When a male hippo goes to the bathroom, he spins his little stubby tail like a helicopter rotor back and forth, high speed, effectively turning himself into a biological desk fan that propels his feces in a full 360-degree radius. It is a literal, deliberate, intentional shitstorm. He has weaponized his own digestive system as a dominance display. If a human did this, they would never see daylight again. For a hippo, it's just another Tuesday morning greeting. So let's recap what we're actually dealing with. A vegetarian that carries ivory swords, lives in water but cannot swim, sweats blood-colored sunscreen, treats apex predators like stress toys, and uses a poop propeller to sign its name on real estate. The next time you see a cartoon hippo in a tutu smiling on a kids show, just remember, you are looking at nature's most heavily armored, most aggressively unhinged, most deeply unbothered psychopath. And it doesn't even know you exist, which is honestly the scariest part. Subscribe for more rants.